Hey there. It has been a while since I've talked to you guys. I hope you're all doing well. If you're here for the first time, my name is Shemaine, and I need your advice. I want to get some opinions and thoughts from you about what you're interested in and a new project that I have. And while I'm waiting for everybody to join in, please remember to write in the comments section where in the world that you're watching from, because I always like to hear from all people from all over the world are joining us, and I just really love that. So hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Hey Sean, how are you? Sean, let me know where you are. Or is it Shan? You know what, it would really help if I had my glasses on. Hey Shan, how are you? And I had to put this little notification out because I am severely suppressed on social media. And I really want to get your ideas and your thoughts. And I know people are going to be joining in. Hey, Janet Ristoff, how are you? Good afternoon. We've got Brandenburg, Kentucky. Shan, sorry about that. Shan from Oak Grove, Missouri. We've got Linda Ryder Smith. Thanks for being here. We got Fred from Utah. We've got Van from Borger, Texas. And we've got Northeast Ohio, Carl. Scott McIntosh, how are you? Good day to you. And Scott McIntosh is in Utah, I think. Hey, Scott. Hey, Sue, how are you from Iowa? Look at this. This is awesome. I should do this more often. We've got Michael Powell from Brookings, Oregon. We've got Tracy Simone from the UP, Uper. And those of us from Michigan know about that. We've got Trey Johnson. How are you? And Mark from Idaho. We've got Heidi from Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. We've got Brenda from Kansas City. We've got Arthur from Staten Island. We've got Lauren from Clearwater, BC. We've got Gail from Georgia. How are you? This is cool. I love this. Hey, and also let me know how your Thanksgiving was. We, I think, are just now winding down from the chaos and pandemonium. My stepdaughter Sasha and her whole family came. She's got three kids that are six, 8, and 13. Six, something like that, 6, 8, and 13. And they brought their dog Maggie, and then we had our three dogs. But here's the clincher: it rained, like pouring rain, the whole time that they were here. So kids, little kids and dogs in and out of the house, wiping off all the paws and all the, yeah, it was fun. And so much food. Like, who has leftovers still? I'm just now getting rid of all the leftovers. We had a ton of food. For that, I am grateful to be able to spend time with family and my grandkids and Maggie. Maggie is Sasha and Mark's beautiful Labrador Retriever. And Ted took Sasha and Caden, our grandson Caden, and their dog Maggie duck hunting for the first time. So that was really fun. According to Ted, Happy got, I don't know, Happy got a lot. Sadie got one. Coco retrieved one, but then Happy grabbed it from her. And I think Maggie retrieved the decoys from what Ted was saying. Hello from the Philippines. How are you? Thanksgiving, Peter. Good. Glad to hear it. I know. It's so funny because the best thing about the day after Thanksgiving for me is the turkey sandwiches. I normally don't eat bread. I tried, I can, but I just get not a great feeling in my stomach and my gut from it. So I typically stray away from bread, but man, there's nothing like a turkey sandwich day after Thanksgiving. But you're right. I'm kind of done with it until next Thanksgiving. We've got Apple Valley, California in here. Thank you so much, Linda from upstate New York. We've got Jerry from Oklahoma. Hey, Kip, how are you? Okay. Oh, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. I have been bear hunting in Saskatchewan. Did you know that, Alan? How do we know God and God know us? Matthew 7. Oh, Alan, I am going to get into a whole big topic of faith and family and freedom. And also, I'm going to be coming out with an online spiritual warfare 101 online program that I'm doing with Pastor Anthony Thomas from Naples, Florida. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that. I didn't want to post that from New Jersey. Okay. All right. So here is my question from you for you. I have written a new book and I put it out to a consultant, and it came back with really good reviews. And what they requested that I do, however, and this is why I need your involvement, they requested that I ask you for ideas on the title. So, and a little bit about some of the topic that I'm going to be covering. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm writing about, my home that was once featured on MTV Cribs was contaminated with toxic mold. My family and I all got sick. I nearly died. I had Ted and I both had 4 different types of toxic mold in our bloodstream. I was also diagnosed with having pre-emphysema. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs if my life depended on it. And our son Rocco had severe asthma. He was on breathing treatments. So I wanted to write about my story. I felt like God has been nudging me to share this with you. And the consultant that I've been working with, a collaborator to help me hone this message and to put it into a perspective that is, I don't want it to be too technical. If I throw out terms like Stachybotrys and Aspergillus and things like that, you're going to go, what? I wanted to make it in a story format. So part of the book is my story, how I was super healthy. I was once named Detroit's most physical female, and I've been teaching group fitness classes since 1980. And then I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So I walk you through all of that. That said, get your keyboard ready, because I'm going to start reading your comments. So I'm going to ask you 3 things. Number 1, would you prefer, here are the 3 different titles, or 2 different titles I have, and then I want your suggestions. Based upon the information that I just shared with you, I was going to call the book Killer House. They suggested this collaborator suggested I call it, Is Your House Killing You? Number 3, the third possibility, I'm open for suggestions. I want this to be like, I don't want to put out a book that, people find a typo in. I'm going to have this read. In fact, I've got my Mold Mom Warriors group. I'm going to give it all to them, and I'm going to have them dissect it and help me hone the message even more. It's been done for a couple of months, and I can't wait to get it to you. But I want it to be, it's never going to be perfect, right? But I want it to be as close to perfect as it can be for you. And I know people have different ideas about what it should be, but I would like to read your comments. So should I call the book Killer House, or the second title is Your Home Killing You? Or do you have any other suggestions for a title? So see, already, I'm glad I'm putting this out there. Somebody is saying, don't use the term, Daniel Baker, don't use the term killer. Okay, but I got sick and almost died. I'm with you though. This is interesting. Scott McIntosh, Cribs to Cremation, The Silent Killer, and Heidi, I'm taking a screenshot of this one. I like that. If I use your title, I am going to definitely send you an advanced copy. I like that one. The Silent Killer and How I Survived. How to Know Symptoms of Black Mold. Yes, but it's about my story too. So I have to, my house was killing me. I like that. Lauren says, Is Your Home Killing You? I like Killer House, Scott McIntosh. near-death experience, surviving. Ooh, I like that one too. I'm going to take a screenshot. What I'm going to do, the ones that I super like, I'm going to take a screenshot of them so I have your information. And I'm going to send it to my group, my Mold Mom Warriors group, and we're going to hash out. I like Kevin Scholl says I like Heidi's too. The Mold That Kills You, another good one. Overcoming the Mold, MOU, yes. Swept Under the Rug. That's a good one too, because sometimes titles are about different things. So you're definitely, nobody's saying, oh, this is a good one. Where's that one? John, are you in a killer home? I'm going to have to take a screenshot of that one too. I like that one. I like your little avatar too. That's cute. Oh, these are good, you guys. You're coming up with some good ones. Be aware of your house. 10 Shemaine second chance. Remember, Shemaine, no R. Is, okay, what was that? Beware of your house. Is your house destroying your health? That's a good one too. Ooh, I just got goosebumps, guys. I am so glad that I did this. I'm so glad that you guys are super smart, but I want this to be like, I'm going to invite you along the way, every step of the way. When I'm probably going to self-publish it. I have sent, the other reason why I've been sitting on it for a couple of months is I sent it out to a publisher, and it's kind of a memoir, and they said, pick a team. Either it's going to be fiction, or I'm sorry, nonfiction, and it's going to be a how-to, but I got to tell you, I've read books. There's a book called, I have it somewhere. I'll probably think of it when we get off. Hey, Germany back here again. Hey, how are you? I'm so glad that you're here. The Unseen Killer in My House. Ooh, guys, you're killing it, is what I'm thinking. You are killing it. I'm screenshotting that one too. So if you're just joining me, just to recap, I need your help. I need your advice. I would like your input. I have written a book about how my home that was once featured on MTV Cribs nearly killed me and my family. Literally, I was the person that you would see in the grocery store with the oxygen mask pulling the oxygen cart. I have had oxygen tanks and I know how to use them. Okay, so I wrote a book about it, about my story, and I want to get your input on a title. This is so cool. I'm so glad. The Mold Hiding in Your Home. That's a good one too. The Mold Hiding in Your Home. Let's see. Our house became a horror. That's a good one. Unseen and Unknown Mysteries of My Killer House. I do like that. Home from Hell. That's a good one too. Damp and Deadly. Is your castle you guys are awesome. This is so cool. I'm so glad that I did this. If I don't screenshot it, I'm going to go back, and I've got your comments, so I'll be able to go see all of them. Behind the Veiled Walls. It's in the, Bart, it's in the air. So many good ones, you guys. Keep them coming. I love seeing this. Okay, so now let me go through these. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'll spend a little bit more. My Toxic Life. That's another good one. A Knock at Your Door. It might be Mold. Good one. Mold Manor. That's a good one. The Silent Killer. You guys are awesome. And, okay, how about this one? I'm going to add to it. So, you know how there's a subtitle? So let's just say we use Michael Thomas, Silent Killer, : what do you think the subtitle should be? So today everything has to be inspective when produced. Yeah, but the inspectors are in bed with the builders, and the builders don't do their jobs. You're going to hear about my story in this book. You're going to hear about how we built this home that I'm in right now. Don't get me started. I will get on a rampage. in 3 of our homes, we had toxic mold. I know how to remediate. I know how to talk to the builders and tell them what we need. We told our builder of this new home, don't do what the builder of the MTV Cribs home did, which was they didn't install the flashing properly. So it was literally raining between the walls. You don't see anything between your wall. Like, I never saw anything. I'm kind of OCD when it comes to cleaning. Guess what the builder did of this brand new house after we had told him? We had to take out the flashing around the entire house. So that's a whole nother story. We're going through a lawsuit with this current builder as well. Because you do that, that's a death threat to me. It almost killed me. Mold almost killed me. So, okay, don't get me started. Even more reason why I need to get. Thank you very much. You're very kind, Timothy. Success. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Subtitle: The Enemy Within. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one too. You guys are awesome. And I'll tell you what. This collaborator that I was working with, so she was reviewing it, and I had it, she's editing it all, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, blah, blah, blah. And she didn't know about toxic chemicals, for example, in laundry soap and the Glade plugins and things like that, and how it could cause you things like headaches, fibromyalgia, flu-like symptoms, upper respiratory, joint pain, skin rashes, on and on and on. I go through a whole list of that too. So there is so much. Yes, it is a sad situation. Hey, Troy, how are you? Hey, Troy, thank you so much for being here. Troy knows. Troy gets to see where our MTV Cribs used to stand, and now it's gone. And instead of that, we have a 700 square foot log cabin. Not even in the same area. Okay, killer house killing. Oh my goodness. Castle, my dungeon, my toxic life. That's a good one too. Okay, thank you so much. Toxic killer in my walls. Toxic killer in my walls. And you thought cat scratch fever was bad. That's actually a good one. I'm keeping that one. Because I've actually had people, how can you make light of the situation? It's very, very difficult too. But, oh my gosh, that is so funny. Kill it, but don't grill it. From mold to gold. I like that. To eradicate the silent killer. It's a little long, but I do like that. Okay. I kind of like, and you thought cat scratch. That is good. Okay, Michael, that might be my favorite one so far, but there are other good ones. Have you heard say you become your own detective? Yes. I have heard you say, Brenda says, I've heard you say you become your own detective to find the deadly problem. I say because I've become my own investigative sleuth is kind of like my go-to phrase. Silent killer. Wow, these are so good. Watching and listening from Hillsdale County, Michigan, my favorite. Okay, the killer that was living inside the walls of my home. Good idea to self-publish. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Take mold seriously. Tracy Simone. Yes. Bad burger in my walls. Okay. You gave it a title. It nearly killed me. That's a good one too. Carl, is it Miller Carl or Carl Miller? Uninvited killer. That's a good one. Uninvited killer. And you thought cats, how about this? How about this one, guys? The uninvited killer, and the subtitle could be, and you thought cat scratch fever was bad. We're getting somewhere. I am so glad I did this. Um, the Shemaine effect. Hey, Mike, silent killer. That's a good one. Dead serious. That's another good one. Um, okay, these are all good ones. Okay, I and then okay, one last question for you. This is all about you. This is your input. I want your input. So I want to, like I said, make it a little bit about my story so you can understand where I came from. And gosh, I wish I could find that book. I should have got it out before. I think it's called, it's not Toxic. I can't remember. I'll find it next time. But it reads. I read this other book. I can't remember what it. If I think it was about Lyme disease, but I read it in like just a couple of days because it was reading like a story. I like textbooks and nonfiction stuff, but sometimes I need the story to keep me page turning. Now, do you want sort of? This is your. So get your typewriter. Typewriter. You know how old I am. Get your typewriter ready, y'all. um, would you like to also have questions at the end of each chapter? For example, if I have a chapter on toxic chemicals in your home. So again, 70% of it is my story, but I'm also going to help you get through to recognize, remediate, and recover from toxic mold. So one subtitle was recover from toxic from toxic mold to feeling whole, which I don't know, the monster that lurks underneath. So I wanted to make a little bit, perhaps a little bit of a workbook session, not workbook, but maybe questions. Like at the end of a chapter, say I talk about, I have a whole chapter dedicated to food, healthy food. So I could write at the end of that chapter things like, this is another thing that people don't recognize. Look at all the toxins in the food that you eat. If you go to the grocery store and you shop basically on the interior sections and you buy Hamburger Helper. I was raised on Hamburger Helper, so I understand it. It happens. But nowadays I don't. I have become a huge label reader because I got sick and almost died. And I realized that, and I'm not perfect. I like cupcakes and Fritos, as you know, and wine and ice cream and cookies and enchiladas with lots of cheese and Ruffles. Should I go on? Anyways, it's all 80-20. But at the end of each chapter, I can write a couple of questions about what are some items that you can get rid of in your house that you may not like. I know a lot of people that love Coke. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't do it. Look at the ingredients. I mean, maybe once a year I'll have, again, 80-20. I'm not perfect. I like, 80% of what I eat, my diet is really, really healthy. 20% is up there with the best of them. Like I said, I mentioned all the things I like. Okay, so let me know. I have 3 typewriters. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was in college, I was typing on a typewriter, and then you'd make a mistake. Remember the little white, you'd have the white, what was that called? You'd paint a little bit of, I can't remember the name of that, over the word, and then you'd have to type over it. Okay. All right. So yes, information, Coke. Yes, guys. Yes. Yes, John, I'm with you. Awakening from toxins. Oh, guess what? Speaking of awakening, I have a chapter on spiritual warfare and toxic mold and why it's in the Bible in Leviticus. And is there another reason? And I go into a lot of detail. Some of you may or may not know about this because I've talked about it before, of spiritual warfare, deliverance. Is there any connection there? Okay. Chemical poison. Yes. Gosh. Okay. As a disabled combat vet and chemically poisoned overseas. Yes. So God bless you, Rick, and thank you so much for your service. Saying thank you doesn't really, it doesn't. It's not enough. When I almost died, I had to be taken to, I had a choice of either going to a hospital like the Mayo Clinic or going to a place that I found that basically detoxified my body. 20 years ago, I went to the Environmental Health Center in Dallas, Texas, part of the reason why we moved to Texas. And they did alternative remedies, or now what they call functional medicine. 20 years ago, I was doing vitamin IVs. 20 years ago, I was giving myself shots of serotonin, antihistamine, and things like that. 20 years ago, I was doing things like infrared sauna and changed my diet and things like that. At the Environmental Health Center, one of the things I'll never forget, there were people who went there that were dying, that were on their last breath, and they were there. I will never forget. There were a couple of vets who had experienced Agent Orange and the Gulf War syndrome, and nobody could help them. Nobody could find out what was wrong with them, and I'll never forget that. So thank you again, Rick, for and all the other veterans who are listening. And on that note, I wanted to also tell you, kind of a segue, but I'm thinking about it, and I don't want to forget to tell you that this Thursday we are going to Naples, Florida for Boots on the Sand, which is a hurricane relief concert with Leonard Skinnard and Ira Dean, and there's a bunch of other bands there. And also we're going to try to do something special for, I'm not going to say this because I'm already suppressed, but let me see how I have to use okay. So the first month of the year is, okay, the 6th day of the first month of the year. Okay. So there are people who are in a place because they were in a certain city, and the 6th month of the first, or the 6th day of the first month. You know what I'm getting at? So we are doing a special, something special for them as well. Does that make sense, guys? All right. I am rambling. Thank you so much for being here, for participating in this experiment. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I love you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being strong. I'm going to be doing more videos now that Thanksgiving is over, but we've got other things going on, other holidays, and lots of great things. So thank you for being here, for your support. I know you could go anywhere you want. You don't have to be here, but I really, truly appreciate from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you, and I will be talking with you soon. Have a great, great day, everybody. Bye.